So, in one of my group chats about Magic, specifically EDH, a bunch of guys decided to make the argument that white is the weakest color in Magic, and that in EDH, white offers less value than any color, including red. So, I disagree, and while I think that mono red decks are fast, Krenko and Zada, for example, and they definitely can be scary, I would say that white overall is definitely more powerful. Now, white does struggle with card draw, but and red is probably better positioned to beat control decks like mono blue, and red's probably pretty well positioned to beat mono black. I'm not sure if it can beat mono green. That one's kind of a toss-up, I think, depending on how much ramp and which green commander it is. But I think white, and it's going to be interesting to see because they've all insisted they will play their mono red decks, and there's many different players with mono red decks in my play group who all insisted that they're going to play mono red decks against me to prove that they're correct and that white is in fact the least powerful color in Magic. So I'm going to build a mono white deck, and as you can see, Cho-manno of course is going to be my commander. There are many different commanders I could pick from. Mangara of Corondor, very tempting, very tempting. We could go the creature aggro route with Giselle Goldmane. What a card, big fan. But I think we're just going to go classic, okay? Cho-manno, he's pretty, I don't want to say, I don't know, he's pretty underplayed. I don't think people are gonna have to read him when they see he's my commander. And I kind of feel like the people saying that red is gonna beat white need to separate red can beat white from red is more powerful than white. Because again, I think I can accept that red does have some strong cards. Like Sneak Attack is an example, very powerful card. I'm kind of struggling to think of many more. I guess Apocalypse, right? Obliteration. Just destroys all the lands. Those are powerful cards. Creatures, artifacts, lands, stuff like that. But there's two things that red is incredibly bad at. Number one, red is very bad at winning without dealing damage, either to your face or with creatures. The second thing that red is extremely bad at, getting rid of enchantments. So, we're going to build a mono white deck, and I'm going to wipe the floor with a red deck all day long. I might even take on several red decks at once. There are cards in this deck that once I play them, the game is over. There is not a single thing in their deck that they're going to be able to play to stop it. The only exceptions would be most likely the cards I mentioned before. Obliteration, Jackal Hops are probably the two things that red has that will be able to prevent or at least stop this from happening. And the funny part is, these cards can come out way before they can play those cards. I'm also going to make this deck without any artifacts whatsoever. No Soul Ring, no artifact ramp, no artifact sack outlets for combos. Purely mono white. I might even only use plains because I know these people are going to be incredibly salty when I win. So, let's get to it. How do you beat a red deck with mono white? Well, Cho-manno. Cho-manno's a cool guy. I'm a big fan of Cho-manno. He's a Timmy card, and I want to win with a Timmy card because, man, they're just going to hate losing to a Timmy card. What a great combo. Pariah, Cho-manno, GG red deck. Okay, so we've established that Pariah is a good card, okay? And when you put it on Cho-manno, guess what? That's it, okay? Now, let's keep going. What else could we possibly find what is this card? It's an enchantment. Circle of Protection. Red. Fascinating because red can't get rid of enchantments. Chaos Warp. Okay, Chaos Warp. I'm wrong. They have Chaos Warp. Okay. They have Chaos Warp. Good point. They have Chaos Warp. And so, just in case, we'll put in Rebuff the Wicked. Is this extremely specific and unnecessary? 100%. It's definitely going in. Now, what's better than one Circle of Protection? Typing. Being good at typing. That's better than one Circle of Protection. 2 Circle of Protections. Okay. So, we're going to go with Story Circle next. All right? Great. Now, let's think. What else do we want? Well, do we think they're going to be running goblins? Because if they are, maybe we run Tivdar of Thorn. I'm not 100% set on him yet. Very tempting, though. Very, very tempting. There's also a knight that has protection from black and protection from red. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so it's not going in yet. But we'll get there. What other things do red? What other stuff does red do? Oh, it attacks. Red likes to attack. Okay. I own all the cards I'm putting in, by the way. I'm not going to put in anything I don't own, just to be fair, because this deck is getting built. And we will make a video about the results. We might even make a YouTube video of the game. Of all the games. Okay. Moat. What next? What next? Let's think. What's almost as good as Moat? I was going to do Humility, but that would hurt my creatures. However, I think Enlightened Tutor. We're going to put that in this deck, because we're going to need to be able to get our artifacts and enchantments, / only enchantments, because we're not running artifacts. That gets Moat, that gets Pariah, that gets Circle of Protection. I think Idyllic Tutor, probably a good idea. Come on, get in there. Get in there. I'm not 100% sure, but probably going to run Academy Rector. Still on the fence. I will say we're still on the fence about this. Definitely on the fence about it. All right. Now, we can't just win by sitting there and hoping that they deck themselves after we put Pariah on cho-manno. That's no fun. I think we're going to throw Soul Sisters in there, right? That seems reasonable. I was going to write Soul Reasonable, but we want Soul Warden instead. All right, but we can't just have Soul Warden, okay? We can't just have that. We're going to want Suture Priest, all right? It's good against Krenko decks. Really nice against Krenko decks. It's also really good against all the infinite red combos like Conscripts, Kiki Conscripts, the other one, the Rise of the Eldrazi, Splinter Twin. It's good against Splinter Twin type decks. Okay. So, what else do we have to make red angry? Let's think. Well, okay, so let's go down this road. We're going to need to be able to keep mana going. That's super important. So we're going to need land tax. We're going to need... Is it Orchard or Orchid? I think it's Orchid. It is Orchid. It is Orchid. Okay. We definitely want that guy. They made a new one recently too, didn't they? I can't remember. Can't remember the name of it. You know, just to be safe, just to slow down those aggro decks in the beginning, let's get a Ghostly Prison in here. I think we get a Ghostly Prison in here. Do we want to deal with haste creatures? we probably want to deal with haste creatures. Can we put Blind Obedience in here? Technically extorts black-white. I mean, they're allowed in monocolor decks, so we'll put Blind Obedience in here. We will. We'll definitely do that. All right, now let's get some combos going, right? So we need Karmic Guide. We need the Lark. And how are we going to do it without... Huh? How are we going to do it without a Ashnod's Altar? How about we do Martyr's Cause? Which isn't that bad against red, to be honest. Right? Let's try that. Let's see. What type of red are we going to be playing against? We're most likely playing against Goblin decks, right? I mean, that's most likely what we're going to be seeing. So why not throw this card in? I love this card. Hilarious card. Really good at killing goblins, specifically. It even says it on the card. This card kills goblins. Okay. I'm not sure we're going to go with Elish Norn yet. He's kind of a heavy hitter. He's like the icing on the cake. We're going to put him in already. Let's just get this out there before we forget. Oh, Slipknot, Before I Forget. Great song. All right, what are we thinking next? So I kind of want to do like an Astral Slide type deck, but we have no way to get our lands back in white. We really don't. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna get Sun Titan. We're going to get is it Angelic Renewal? Or is this the one that gives creatures vigilance? Nope, it's Angelic Renewal. Okay, we're gonna do Angelic Renewal. We're gonna do Gift. Gift of Immortality. Great. We don't get to use Stuffy Doll because we're saying no artifacts, which is frustrating. Let's think. Let's think. What are some other good ones we can do here? We could get some reanimation cards. I think a couple more protection from red cards would be good. I think a couple more of those. And maybe something else that prevents damage to our face. Something like, what is it? Is it Spiritual Asylum, or am I thinking of... No, we don't want Spiritual Asylum. What is the one that I run? It's a combo that I have. So Solitary Confinement. Now, we're going to have to figure out how to make this work. We need to be able to draw at least one card per turn from something. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. So we're going to need white card draw, which is not what white is good at. And that's where Astral Slide is so good with Solitary Confinement. So we need to figure out a way to make this work. I'm going to have to circle back to this because I can't think of how I'm going to do this right off the top of my head. We don't get to run Bomberman combo either because that requires an artifact. So that's a little bit disappointing. All right. So let's think. I know that the fact that I'm struggling already to think of more white cards to put in this deck doesn't make a very compelling argument for white being a strong color. But just bear with me. We need some Department of Justice in here. Definitely need some of that. All right, hands up, don't shoot. Now we need some Wrath of God. Ignore me, I'm not dying of coronavirus. Hopefully. We got those. I think I'm missing another soul sister. I feel like I am. I don't know why. I just think that I'm missing one. Um, we could almost start going down the soldiers and token route. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with throwing them in. Um, and I mean, it allows you to apply pressure, without really, sitting around. Oh, hold on. This one's gonna be, this one's a real zinger for red decks. That one really is. And then the golden mask. It's my allergies. It really is. I think it's golden mask, but it's clearly not. Oh, what is this card? Something mask. It's a white card from Mercadian Masks. It's 5 mana. Is it? I don't think it's an illusionary mask. Ivory mask? Okay, sorry, not ivory mask. I'm sorry, not no, I think it's in Mercadian Mask as well. So we're gonna do ivory mask. You can't be the target of spells or abilities. GG like Goblin Bombardment. Okay. So now we're gonna get back down into like the more control-y white cards. One of my favorites, of course, is Prison Term. I think honestly this is just gonna kind of take on like an Enchantress type shell, like Prison-y. We're gonna go Oblivion Ring. We're going to do Journey, Journey to Nowhere. We're gonna do Suspension Field. We're going to do, what's it called? I can picture it. We're going to do Fiend Hunter. Definitely going to do Fiend Hunter. I'm tempted to do Angel of Serenity. I'm just not quite sure if I'm there yet. Yeah. Not quite sure. Oh. What is his name? What is his name? Oh my god, I can't think of his name. I run him in a lot of different decks too. He has, during your upkeep you have to pay two mana or 3 mana, or you have to sacrifice him. Here, hold on, he's in my deck. I'm sorry, he's in my my box of cards. Where is this boy? Come on. Oh, this is frustrating. He's such a good card too, and yet I think he's actually in every. I don't have any in my binders in all my decks. Oh, you know what? We could run. All right. Well, we're not done yet. Hold on. I think Aegis. I think we'll consider him. We're gonna think about. We're gonna put him in for now. He might come out. He definitely might come out. All right, we're gonna want a Ranger of Eos is tempting. He does fetch up, some of the what's it called? Well, there's not really many creatures I would actually have him grab. He can grab. Can he grab? He can grab Soul Warden. Where is my Soul Warden? Is it not in the list? It's sorted by CMC, and Soul Warden is one CMC. Did I literally just not click to put it in? Yeah, it's so strange. I didn't put it in. I literally thought I clicked it. Good thing I checked. Okay. Um. So yeah. So Ranger can fetch up Soul Warden. So I'm gonna consider it. Definitely gonna consider it. Let's go with the easy ones. That we know off the top of our head as being like super important cards. Path to Exile, and of course, Swords of Plowshares. And you know what? We'll probably do Condemn. And you know what else we're gonna do? Because they're asking for it. Hold on, let me drink some water really quick. Take care of this cough. Oh, so much better. So much better. We can throw some weird stuff in here like Resolute Archangel. That's tempting, but I don't think we're gonna do it, at least for now. I don't think so. All right. I wish I could think of the name of this card. I'm gonna have to search through a deck. All right, what deck is it gonna be in? Let me think. You know what? He's definitely gonna be in Carador, because my Carador deck is literally just like Staxy Hate Bears, which is like my favorite way to build Carador. Super obnoxious. Okay. Where is it? I know he's gonna be in here. Oh, we could run like Hushbringer, Hushwing Griffin, Hushbringer. I may end up throwing those in as well. Peacekeeper, that's the card I was thinking of. Peacekeeper, what a card. So you pay 2 mana during your upkeep, or you sacrifice him, and he says creatures can't attack. So yeah. He's pretty fun. He's definitely pretty fun. All right. So we're gonna throw in throw in Peacekeeper. Okay. Let me get him. Peacekeeper. He didn't go in, did? Oh, he did go in. Okay. Now of course we need to take advantage and run Disenchant. Might as well. We should run Revoke Existence. That's kind of a no-brainer. And I think, do we want to? I don't think we need to run. No, we don't need to run that. Never mind. I can't think of the knight that has protection from, I think black and red. What is it called? Is it Banalish? Is it? No, I don't think it's Banalish Knight. He's the flash one. Riftmark, Skulking, Youthful. I don't think he has Knight in his name is the problem. I'm trying to think. Okay. I'm going to cheat for a second, and I'm going to go look it up really quickly. Because before I start looking through my sets, I think he's in 10th edition. I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure he's in 10th edition. Yeah. Anyway, let me think. Also, might as well grab him while we're at it. Berenton Forge Tender. Card's fun. And his brother, Auriok Champion. I think that card's a lot of money now. I probably should have sold those. But hey, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Do we? All right. Oh no. That's too. That's too much. We can't do that. I was gonna run Absolute Law, That's the one that gives all your creatures protection from red. I don't think we're going to do that yet. Oh, it's so tempting though. Oh, it's so tempting. What are the other? I know there's a couple other like main protection from red cards. So I used to run mono white soldiers back during like Lorwyn, and then later on even up to through Zendikar. And so um I've gotten like really used to the different protection from red cards and stuff like that. Um it was a paladin something. I remember now. It's paladin. Paladin. Paladin Envek. Envek. Yep, protection from black, protection from red. Okay. So we're gonna send that spicy boy in there, put him on the front lines. And you know what? Just because we can. We're gonna do Mr. Crusader. And actually, what is this one? Prevents 1 damage to you each time you would take it, right? If a creature damage, if you control a creature damage over your life, yeah, okay. I think we might. Because as long as we have a pro-red creature out there with worship on the field, they're going to have a bad time. So we're going to run worship as well. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun with this. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a kick out of this. Because they can't even Chaos Orb any of my protection from red creatures. Like, okay. All right. So we've got that out. I think all we want to do now is build a deck that can kind of stall. Like the rest of the stuff in the deck, I think is just going to kind of stall to get some of these protection cards out here. Let's see. What do we want to throw in here? At this point, I think we're really just going to go with like whatever like efficient creatures, like just some efficient white creatures. That's probably what I want to do. Let me think. Most likely going to be soldiers. I think that's almost with no exception that they're going to have to be soldiers. I don't know if I want to do. I don't think I want to do any of the big ones like a Chroma or like Avacyn, stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna do that yet. We don't get to run any equipment, unfortunately, which is fine. I can work with that. I can work with not having equipment. Let me think. What are some other really good ones? I could throw in like Angelic Overseer because I have plenty of humans and most of my humans aren't gonna die, and then I'll have a 5/3 flying. What is it? Flying indestructible, and I think no lifelink but hexproof, right? So I mean, that's like pretty solid. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty straightforward. You can't really argue with that. Um, let me think. What are some other good ones that can? Oh, you know what? You know what we're forgetting? I should keep thinking about paladins. Fiendslayer Paladin. He's pretty good. He's definitely pretty good. What else? This guy always gets me creatures out. Like he always helps you establish a board presence early on. So he's gonna be in the deck. Oof, we're not even gonna do like Felidar. As tempting as it is to throw Felidar Sovereign in there, that's just so like I don't know. That's just wrong, man. That's cheating. That's no fair. We can't do that. We definitely can't do that. There's a new card in Dominaria. And it was like a mini ghostly prison. Um, Bard, Bard something. Bear, right? Yes. Okay. I think we want to run that. Um, got 50 cards so far. Cool. Let's think. I did want to run. Oh, you know who else we should run in here? Um, Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes makes sense. Definitely want some Mother of Runes in here. Some good win conditions would actually. Nah, see, it's too. I'm not gonna be running with it. I'm not gonna be running a ton of creatures. Is the problem though? I'm not gonna be running a ton. We do need another ram card. There's like in one of the newer sets, Guardian of Ereskos, right? Guardian Ereskos. No, Ereskos Explorer. So this dude, yeah. So he searches for lands as well. He's another really good one to have. Let me think. White does have a card similar to Chaos Warp. It is Oblation. Yes, Oblation. Yep. Oh, and actually, I think we're gonna get a couple good auras in here. I think we want to do that. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Also gets you cards, gets you mana. Gift of Estates. Yes. Super important. So this thing grabs auras. So this is gonna help us tutor up Pariah. For cho-manno again. So super useful card to have in here. All right. Do we want any more board wipes? We may end up having to do some more board wipes. I'm not sure we're quite done with those yet. Yeah, I don't think we're quite done with board wipes, but we'll see. In fact, so one that I do know is going to be good is Divine Reckoning. That's the one that allows you to pick one creature and keep it. So that'll let us keep a Pariah cho-manno out, which is going to be super annoying for people. Let's think. I want to be able to give my guys, probably lifelink if possible. Okay, I know another one. This one is going to be one of the few things that lets me reanimate creatures. So we're going to want to have that in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with like Honor of the Pure or Glorious Anthem or any of those things. Just because yeah, I don't know if I want to do those. It's tempting, but I'm not sure that they're going to be worth it. Let me think. What else do we have? Do we have any other auras? Oh, you know what? One card that I love. True Conviction. Oh my God. This is like it's an expensive card, mana wise, but oh, that is a haymaker. You drop that thing with some critters out, and they're gonna have a bad time. Let's think. Let's think. We already have like the blind obedience thing. Are there any white planeswalkers we want? I'd say there's probably a few. Elspeth is gonna be a good one. Elspeth Knight Errant. She's pretty good. Oh my god, this one I love. Ajani. No, Ajani Caller of the Pride. Yes, Ajani Caller of the Pride. Spicy, spicy creature. Definitely him and Elspeth. Those two are going to be in here 100%. Let's think. What are some other auras that are going to be really, really good to have? I could put lifelink, just the basic lifelink aura in here, but I'd rather something that does more than that. Angelic something. Is it Angelic Benediction, Angelic Blessing? What's the one that goes on a creature and it comes back whenever the creature, when it goes to the graveyard? Is it Angelic Benediction? No. Angelic Blessing? No. No, hold on. No, it's not. No, never mind. None of those. Let's think. Okay, so we have these in here. 60 cards already. And we're curving out a little. We're not curving out too high. We're definitely not curving out too high. All right, do we have any other 1-mana creatures that we want to be able to get if we put in, what's his name? Ranger of Eos. So he'll be able to get a Soul Warden, Mother of Runes, or Forge Tender. Those are all pretty good. Not gonna lie, those are all pretty good. Oh, wait, hold on a second. You know who we're forgetting? Well, no, how are we going to recur? I'm thinking Stonehorn Dignitary, but we need a way to keep blinking him every turn. So I need a white creature. I could do... Yeah, he would work, I guess, technically. And he's mono white. Eldrazi Eldrazi Displacer, but there's not much else that Eldrazi Displacer is going to synergize with in this deck. That's my only problem. That's really my only problem. In fact, all right, so I definitely like Academy Rector in here because he's going to get us he can put Moat into play and he can put True Conviction into play. And both of those cards are pretty nuts. Both those cards are pretty hilarious. No question about it. All right. Let's think. I mean, because I've got three slots left. I'm just trying to think of what I really want to put in those slots. Do I want to put more control, more removal, more creatures? I feel like I'm definitely a little bit low on creatures. Question is, if I want to do creatures, do I want to do creatures that do I want to do things that put tokens in, or do I want to put like things in that can create creature tokens constantly? Because because the problem is, if I do stuff that creates creature tokens constantly, that's going to be good. But if I do things that just create them one-off, it's not going to be as solid. So like stuff like mobilization is really good, whereas stuff like I can't remember. It's an instant that puts 2 soldiers into play. Anyway. Point is, not as good. Definitely not as good. Are there other cards like Pariah? I feel like there are. And the other thing is I could put something like concerted effort in here, and that's going to allow me to all my creatures would get protection if I did that, and that would be pretty funny. Giving all my creatures protection, that would be some nasty, nasty stuff. I think that would be pretty frustrating for my opponents. Heliod, there's definitely Heliod. I can't remember what he does. I think he doesn't give like lifelink though or anything. He just gives like what does he give? He gives vigilance, right? I think I think it just gives vigilance. So that's not really that useful. Could do some more board wipes. We could do, we could do like austere command, certainly. We can't do Iona anymore. She got banned. I remember that. It's kind of sad. I'm not gonna bother with like Aven Mind Sensor. Just because I just don't think that's gonna be relevant. Against mono white or mono red. Resolute Archangel, I'm still on the fence about. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I wish I could think of like more cards that I want to throw in here. I thought about Stoneforge, but obviously I'm not running equipment, so that's not going to be worthwhile. Unfortunately. I don't think Red's going to have crazy card draw, so I'm not going to run any of the things that prevent them from drawing cards. It's kind of tough to say. I could do some more protection cards. Like I could do like Brave the Elements. I could do like stuff like that. But I'm not sure that's quite worth it. Maybe maybe Martial Coup, because that's going to blow up creatures and give me tokens. It's pretty hard to argue with that. It's pretty hard to argue with that, definitely. All right, so we already have Blind Obedience. I feel like there's other things that are similar to Blind Obedience that I could do too. Oh, you know what? Okay. Authority of the consoles. Yep. Well, what is Droning Bureaucrats? Is that... Because this one taps all creatures X or less, right? Droning BEU, right? No, Bureaucrats. I can't believe I couldn't remember how to spell that. Each creature CMC X or less. X CMC X. Okay, never mind. Not so good. Not terrible, but not so good. Do we just run a couple things that bring enchantments back from the graveyard to the battlefield, maybe? We could run some dumb stuff like well, dumb but like fun duns, like dumb but also fun, like Celestial Mantle to double my life total whenever my enchanted creature attacks. We can definitely do that. Oh, let me think. I think let's just try and do a couple more things that take advantage of the protection here. So there's a couple more auras that are pretty good, that allow your creature to block like either extra creatures or any number of creatures. Entangle. No, Entangler. Okay, so Entangler, I think, yep, enchant creature can block any number of creatures. So that one's super annoying. Yeah, that one's pretty spicy, definitely. Definitely spicy. There's a new common that's a tutor for an aura, actually. I wish I could remember. No, in fact, it's Heliod something. Something Heliod. I think I already have Emissary, right? That's not what we want. Pilgrim. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Heliod's Pilgrim. Card's nuts. Search for an aura. Put it into your hand. So that one's pretty funny. We could do another aura enchantment or enchantment tutor, or sorry, another aura tutor like 3 Dreams. But I don't think we're gonna bother with that actually. Nah, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another creature that can like redirect all damage you take to that creature. No, it redirects all damage from itself to another creature, which isn't useful unless it can block a bunch of extra creatures. No. So I think the next one I'm gonna do is either double up on the Ghostly Prison effect and do like Windborn Muse. Do I want to do that? I think so. I think we just do like Windborn Muse. As much as I want to throw like Armored Ascension into the mix to just like really just destroy, I just don't think I need to. I think it's gonna be either Windborn Muse or like Auramancer to just get back enchantments. I think those are really the only two that I would do. You know what? Okay. There are definitely enchantments with cycling, and Auramancer does return enchantments from your graveyard to your hand. So you could actually I could do the Solitary Confinement lock with Auramancer, Astral Slide, and then an enchantment with cycling. I think it's like Rule of Law or something is a enchantment from Urza's Saga. I think it actually, in fact, it's one of the protection ones. It's not Circle of Protection. I think it's Rune of Protection, and it has cycling, doesn't it? Yeah. So Rune Protection, has cycling, and would work with Auramancer. So let's put Rune of Protection in. But I don't think we're going to actually put Auramancer in. I think we're just going to put Rune of Protection in as a second Circle of Protection effect. We're going to skip Auramancer simply because they're not going to be able to destroy our auras anyway. And now we need to cut something. So our mana curve is high. And I'm definitely concerned that we may end up getting that red might be able to go wide on us before we can really slow them down. So it's good that most of my 4-drops are like pretty game changing, like, Wrath of God, Moat. So they're pretty solid against red. But I think we're gonna have to cut something. Baird is probably the most likely cut here. It's probably the most underwhelming card there. So we're gonna cut Baird. And actually, let me think for a second. I'm not sure how many. I do need probably at least one more sack outlet. I feel like I need another sack outlet for the Reviar Karmic Guide. Let me actually more water. Oh, let me go on Gatherer really quickly and look for a white sack outlet because there's not many. Certainly not many that you can't do without paying mana. That's the thing. In fact, I think that Martyr's Cause may be the only one. I don't think that I really don't think I have any others actually. Um, yeah, so the biggest downside for this deck is definitely going to be card draw. Um, man, I don't know. Um, okay, so I did just find another one. Fanatical Devotion from Nemesis is a white enchantment that is a sack outlet, which allows you to regenerate a creature. Um, which to be honest isn't that bad. And actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's one of the only cards from this set. It's one of the only cards from this set that's actually good. Um so heroism. You sack a white creature and every single attacking red creature doesn't deal damage unless they pay 3 mana to have it deal damage. It's going in this deck. I totally forgot about that card actually. So heroism's 100% going in here. Um, and let's see. Whew, 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 whew. Let me think. See any other ones? There's another one from Ice Age that's kind of similar. It has to do with red creatures. It is actually I know what it is. Justice. It does have a cumulative upkeep cost, so that's a little annoying. All right, so Elish Norn doesn't need to be in the deck. That's pretty clear. This is the most anti-mono red deck. I just and look, I know like you can be like, oh, like you just made a deck that just completely shuts down red decks. Okay, but everybody was saying I'm going to destroy your mono white deck with my mono red deck. They weren't like their argument. If like again, if their argument had been red is a better color in EDH than white, I would probably say, yeah, I think you're probably right because most red decks present enough of a threat because of how fast they are that they need to be taken out by everybody at the table. So red decks definitely present a pretty strong, viable threat, whereas white decks very rarely are going to be winning turn 4 at like, turn 4, even turn 5. I mean, you really just don't see that. So if there's a mono white player and a mono red player, I'm always going to be afraid of the mono red player more than the mono white player. That being said, I still would argue that white has more powerful cards, but white is handicapped by a lack of card draw, a lack of fast mana, um, and a lack of like just kind of early game threat presence to the point where it can just kind of be ignored and allow for games where uh, interaction with your opponent is not necessary. And that's I think where white kind of struggles is against like a combo deck. You really like if you're mono white, you really are just gonna have a bad time. Um, like I mean, like think about it. Like against combo decks, unless the combo involves a permanent that you can hit with like enchantment or artifact removal, or just obviously like creature removal or whatever, you're just you're really just not gonna be you're just not gonna be able to win the game. Like mono blue smokes mono white. Mono black's pretty good against it. And unless you have one that really like deals well with combat damage, then I would say even mono green is gonna pretty quickly overrun mono white. Um, and I mean if you get like green with like constant miss out or something like that, white's win conditions are pretty limited. To either gaining infinite life, which isn't really a win condition, or like slowly building on up an army. So, I think that maybe the argument that red is more powerful than white is probably valid in the context of being able to win games. But I think that per mana cost, white cards uh, overall, or at least the best white cards, are probably more aggressively costed and efficient than white cards and probably have fewer drawbacks. Like look at the white tutors versus the red ones. I mean, red has what? It's got gamble and um, wild research, which I will say wild research is a fun card. Um, but still, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't quite have it there. So I'm trying to think. I really would like some card drawing here, and I'm struggling to find card draw in white. I really just can't think of anything. Most card draw in white comes from like either sacking creatures to artifacts, um, or things like SRAM, with like auras and artifacts and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I can't think. Um, I can't think of any. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of cards that draw you cards for like with a single use effect. Um, but unfortunately, that's really just not going to get there. So I think we're just going to call it a day. Um, I'm pretty confident this deck is going to just smoke every red deck out there that comes in. I mean, again, I mean, the biggest threat is going to be like if they can get enough goblins or Zada can get up and going quick enough to just go wide, then yes, I think this deck is really going to struggle. And I think that they do have a very good chance of racing. So it's not going to be no contest, but like I think it's going to be like probably like a 70% win rate, 70 maybe even 80% win rate against them. In fact, you know what? Let me think. How many enchantments do we have? I think we probably have enough enchantments in here that I could run like an enchantress. I think there's only one enchantress in white. That's like an actual like card draw enchantress. That's the one from Planar Chaos. Um, how many enchantments do we have here? In fact, okay, let's just do this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have 25 enchantments. I mean, I would say that's probably enough to justify running Mason Enchantress. Not only that, let me think do I have any other enchantments that I can keep casting other than that? Well, no, that one's blue-white. The Dovin's whatever from the Return to Ravnica. Mason Enchantress. All right, so what are we going to cut for Mason Enchantress? Let's sort by CMC again. What will we do for Mason Enchantress? Let's think. What do we do with Mesa Enchantress? You know what? Smothering Tithe would be nice in here too. That would be nice. Yeah, that certainly would be nice. But I don't actually own one. I know that sounds stupid, but I don't have one. Okay, so I think our best bet is probably going to be Mesa Enchantress, which unfortunately I'm pretty sure is just going to get murdered like immediately. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll just get murdered immediately. But if we can even draw just a couple cards out of it, then that's fine. And honestly, I'm fine with Mesa Enchantress getting killed because I forgot it got reprinted in Eternal Masters. I guess I don't really mind it getting killed because the reality is if it dies, that's one less burn spell out there for some other good creature that I have in the deck. I say that as if I don't have red creatures that like I say that as if there are creatures in the deck that don't have protection from red, other than Mason Enchantress. And I don't think that's the case, to be honest. All right, so we got 65 in the main minus cho-manno. So we do have to make one cut. We do have to make one cut. I don't think we want to do more than, I think, 36 lands is the lowest we're really going to want to go here. To me, Worship looks like, I don't know, Worship is, normally I would cut Worship, but in this deck, with anything that's pro-red out, it literally just prevents you from losing the game. So I think I just can't cut it. Justice is cute, but it does have an upkeep cost. But it also really does punish them for going wide early game. So I'm not entirely sure. In fact, you know what? Okay. So another one, Starfield Mystic, right? That reduces the cost of enchantments. Yeah. I think we need to run this just because of how many enchantments we have in the deck. I think it really does make sense to have in here. Oh man, I kind of wanted to run SRAM, but I don't have him, and unfortunately, he's not really he's really more for auras. That's the problem. Unfortunately, that is really the problem that I have here. Is he really is just more of an aura card than anything else. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he really makes sense. Oh boy, let's think. What are some other, because the other option is I can also put some stuff in here that gives creatures protection from red. Because like Mother of Runes is gonna need to have protection. So yeah, Mother of Runes definitely needs protection. So because the thing is, if I do Palace Guard, he gets to block. He can block any number of creatures, which helps with the go wide problem. And if he just gets protection from red, then all of a sudden, he literally like. I mean, we understand how that works. Yeah, we definitely understand how that works. I would actually have to look up what creatures can gain protection. What like ways to give creature protection from colors, other than some enchantments. And I think that maybe the best way to do it is just get some enchantments. Yeah, I guess some like protection from some enchantments that can give protection. Yeah, block any number of creatures is really strong ability and gonna really help me with that whole go wide thing. I could definitely do the things that make permanents indestructible. That one's pretty easy. I think that maybe the route I go with this is there are just a couple auras that make stuff indestructible or make creatures at least indestructible. So I don't think there's any issue doing that really. Let's see. Let's think. Indestructibility is one, of course. That's pretty obvious. I'm trying to shy away from instants and sorceries because I'd much rather go with actual permanents that can have a lasting impact on the board. So I really want to stick with auras or enchantments. Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, I think oh man. Yeah, I guess I think our best bet's gonna be just stuff that gives protection. So let's go. Let me look at Gatherer really quick. I'm just gonna go and look for Enchanted creature protection. And what does that come up with? I know there's like what, like Spirit Ward or something. That one's pretty straightforward. Oh, in fact, there's the wards. There are the wards. See, now this is where you start getting into narrow deck building issues, right? Where like I can give the enchanted creature protection from red, but the problem becomes it requires you to have the enchantment at the same time as that creature. So that's kind of the issue that I have. I think what I probably want to do is actually, all right, so red ward is pretty good, but I'm gonna definitely play Flickering Ward because this one with an Enchantress out allows me to keep drawing cards. So that's gonna be super, super important. All right, let's think. What are some other good ones? I know that there's some that have flash. I know that. I don't want to waste too much time on things that give enchanted creatures protection. I think we are gonna put in I think we're gonna put in Palace Guard. And I think we also should put in what's the other guy that can block like any number of creatures? It's not Weathered Bodyguards. He's the one that says combat damage is dealt to him instead of you. I think by unblocked. Yeah, by unblocked stuff, I think. There's a dude from Onslaught, a soldier from Onslaught that can block any number of creatures, but I'm pretty sure he costs too much mana. There is that guy from Return to Ravnica or Gatecrash that has... He takes all damage that would be dealt to you or creatures, I think. What place would he take? I mean, I guess he would take the place of True Conviction, to be honest. I mean, he costs a lot of mana is the problem. And you've got to immediately get... See, now that's where we get the issue of he's going to have protection from red right away. That's where I think actually there's a card. It's what is it called? It's absolute something. I think it's probably. I feel like Grace is gonna be protection from black. All right, all creatures gain protection from red. So there we go. That's really what we need more than anything. So that allows us to run this guy. It allows us to run Palisade Giant. Yeah, so it allows us to run Palisade Giant. And so the thing that's kind of cool about this deck actually is that I can just swap out all the cards that are protection from red for cards that... Because almost all the cards that are protection, like from red, are cycles. So I could just swap them out for protection from other colors too. So that's kind of hilarious. There's another... There's still another one too. And there's also cards like I can definitely put in cards that prevent like my lands from getting destroyed, stuff like that. That may be something I do. I'll have to think about that. So I think True Conviction can probably just come out. Cause like if we have creatures with I don't know. And card's pretty powerful. I might actually, I think I might just cut Elspeth. I think we cut Elspeth. She just isn't gonna, she just really isn't fitting the theme. Same with Ajani. Like neither of them are gonna really help on their own. It's really more important to just draw into these creatures and things that give protection. I think we want something that can be played at instant speed for protection instead. Yeah, I think we're gonna want to do that. There's the cho-manno one actually. It's I know it's named something like that, and he's originally in, I think, Mercadian Masks, or at least that block, maybe Nemesis. And it's a hyphen, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Cho-manno, cho-manno, cho-manno. Cho-manno's Blessing. Boom, right there. All right, and this is, you can play anytime. You can play an instant. It comes into play, choose color. So this is going to be a great way to respond to like the burn spell. So I think we probably cut Red Ward. We probably would want to cut Rebuff the Wicked here. I'm going to think about that. That may actually stay in here. The problem with the Soul Sisters, now that I look at them, is they're not going to really do that much without... Well, I guess there's enough stuff that kind of, like, the Reviar combo and the Sun Titan combo both work well with the Soul Sisters, so that may be viable. The Gift of Immortality, I wish I could just look at it. Hold on. Hover over it, maybe? Yeah, when enchanted creature dies, return to the battlefield under control, and then return it to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. See, that's not that good. No, I'm sorry. It sometime brings it back. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's late. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I should be sleeping. I think that, I mean, this card is just too funny. Yeah, I mean, I think heroism's got to stay. I kind of almost want some token producers here. Because what do we have to cut? So we're at 69 giggity. So we need to cut a couple cards. Aegis of the Gods is probably going to go, because literally they're just going to burn him and then he's irrelevant. So I think Aegis comes out. Honestly, I think Rebuff the Wicked can probably come out. It's kind of narrow, and I'd rather just have the enchantments that give protection instead. So, you know, he's going to be cut. I do like Tivadar of Thorn because he can just come in and kill Krenko. So I think he's going to stay. All like the stuff that hits cards early on, I think those are all going to have to stay in here. Core Firewalker type things, like those effects, those are going to stay. I mean, our curve is definitely a lot better now. I'm still looking at Justice. I think for now we're going to cut Justice. The upkeep cost, there's no point in putting yourself in that situation, you know what I mean? It's just unnecessary. It's not like this thing's going to be ramping super fast anyway. 66. We got to get down to 64 at the least. I keep looking at True Conviction. I don't want to get rid of it. I really don't. But it's just a win more card, and I mean, it sucks because this deck is just gonna it's gonna take forever to win. Yeah, this deck's gonna take forever to win. I wish I had a better win condition in this. But I think it's got to go. I think it's got to go. Yeah. All right. One more cut. It might be Entangler. Let me rephrase that. No, it's not. That can go on any pro red creature. That's an absolute must in this deck. Ivory Mask and Leyline of Sanctity are too good to cut. Moat, too good to cut. Oh man. Let's go down to 2 and 3 and see what we got down here. I think Blind Obedience has to stay. Same with Authority, because we want to slow down the haste. We don't want Krenko coming in untapped. You really don't want that. That is not fun for anybody. I'm almost thinking Fiend Hunter, because he's just gonna get burned. Whenever he comes into exile or something, he's just gonna get burned, I think. Yeah, nah, I think he's just gonna get burned. So maybe we cut Oblation. How many permanents are they gonna have that we really can't hit? You know? I can't think of many that they're gonna have that we can't hit. This is so tough. Precinct Captain has no synergy with the deck. Yeah, you know, he just has zero synergy. He's a body early game. That's really his biggest benefit. But that's kind of his only benefit, to be honest. I think he might actually be the I think he might be the cut here. There's nothing that tutors for humans. We can't do that. Yeah, I think Precinct Captain's out for now. We'll see how it goes without him. All right, so that's 64 right there. 36, 64 is it's gonna be a little weird. We may end up having to cut one more to put in that extra land, to be honest. I am probably gonna run a couple cycling lands, because they're gonna be dead draws late game probably, and this deck is definitely gonna struggle with card draw. Oh, so it's allergies. It's not coronavirus. I decided not to try any allergy medicine stubbornly and stupidly. So my punishment has been swift. Swift and absolute. Anyway, this deck, the Bane of Mono Red. It's exactly what they asked for, and it's exactly what they're gonna get. I don't know if they just don't know Magic or whatever. But we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty pumped. I think this deck is hilarious, and I really do look forward to playing it. 100% gonna follow up this video with the results, and I hope I can give you some stories of some salty Magic players. Have a good one.